back to Tiki Taka Talk, and in today's episode, I'm recapping the insanely good World Cup third place match between England and France. So let's get into things. This was the greatest soccer match I have ever seen in my life. 6-4. So let's get into things. Now, at the start of this game, things were a little shaky from both teams. Then Declan Rice fired a long shot. 3rd minute scores. And he scores the opener to give England the 1-0 lead. But then, in the 18th minute, Declan Rice has a corner. He crosses it in. Konsa finds the header. 2-0. England are up 2-0 and France looks shaky. But of course it is a third place game, so who cares? But, 37th minute, Rashford gets it. Keeper's way off his line. He passes it to Saka. Saka finishes 3-0. And it was just horror show by France. But it got even worse. As they passed it to Saka in the 45th minute, Saka finished 4-0 at halftime. And this wasn't a knowing of, oh my goodness, this might be insane. This is, oh my goodness, how big are England going to destroy France by? This might be the biggest just demolishing in World Cup history. But then, the second half hit. Didier Deschamps told his men, this is my final game as your coach, so let's go out and give our best. 48th minute, Olise passes it to Mbappe. Mbappe scores to get the 9th goal of the tournament. And Olise ties with Pele on 6 assists in a singular World Cup. Then, 54th minute, Mbappe finds Barcola. 4-2. Barcola scores in the 54th minute, and it's 4-2. And then he's like, oh, wait, France has a chance of coming back. England looks shaky. Then, 66th minute, Olise passes it to Mbappe. Mbappe scores 4-3, and people were going insane. This could be the biggest comeback in World Cup history. No team has ever come back from 4 goals down. Mbappe not only broke the goal record for Messi, he's now has 22, but Olise with 7 assists. And then, just when they're about to come back, Saka in the 87th minute gets a penalty. Jed Spence won it. It was a great game by Jed Spence. Saka takes the penalty for the hat trick, and he scores. Saka gets the hat trick. He's only, I believe, the 4th player in English history to do that in a World Cup. So great for him. And then, in the 96th minute, Upamecano passed it to Dembele. Dembele was up. He beats past his man. He shot it. Boom. 5-4. So many people going insane. It was in the 96th minute. They had like 2 minutes to get that final goal. But instead, Jude Bellingham ran past the entire defense, beat Upamecano, one-on-one with the keeper. He slices it past him. 6-4 as England win the third place game. This was insane. 6-4, 10 goals. The fifth most goals in a World Cup history. It's insane. Okay, the defenses were horrid by both teams, but who cares? 6-4. It was great. Saka won man of the match for his insane hat trick. One of them was a penalty, but the other 2 were decent goals, and he gets man of the match. Olise now has the record for the most amount of assists in a singular World Cup campaign in history. That's my guy, Bayern Munich till I die. But Olise kind of was the bad guy. He had so many open chances to tie the game in the second half, but he missed all of them. But he got his 2 assists. Mbappe, 22 World Cup goals, most in history. Messi has 21. He's going to try to equal or even beat Mbappe tomorrow against Spain in the World Cup final. But of course, Mbappe's going to get it in this next World Cup. England, this was their best finish in the World Cup in 60 years. Back in 1966, 60 years ago, England won the World Cup, and they haven't been able to make a final or become third place, but they have finally done it. Took them 60 years, but they finished 3rd in the World Cup. And now, surprisingly, Jude Bellingham is now the highest English scorer at a World Cup with 7 goals. So Jude Bellingham is kind of an English icon. if you really think about it. And yeah, he was really good. Helped them get that final goal to seal the game, and he came off the bench. So yeah. Mbappe now has 10 goals, tied for the most in the modern era. He is now tied for third in the most goals in a singular World Cup campaign. Of course, just Fontaine back in 1956 had 13. There was another one with 11 in 1954. But Gerd Muller in 1970 had 10, and now Mbappe has 10 in this World Cup. He scored a brace today, so he got up from 8 to 10. So now he's tied with Gerd Muller for third all time. But this game was insane. France's attack was great. Turkey kind of was the weak link because as soon as he came on, they scored 5 goals, or 4 goals. But that's not what I'm talking about. Greatest game of all time. I'll see you tomorrow for the World Cup final recap.